In this week's episode of Prime Culture, we visit the Menswear Week of Fashion Expo held in Cape Town. Zinhle Dlamini, Marketing Manager of All Fashion Sourcing, tells us more about the aim of the Young Designers Competition. We interview Carla Hanekom, winner of this year's All Fashion Sourcing Young Designers Competition. We visit tetraplegic artist Akmal Secondary. We stop over at the three-border region known as Drielandenpunt in Vaals, the place where Belgium, Germany and the Netherlands meet.
My name is Zinhle Dlamini. I am the marketing manager of All Fashion Sourcing Cape Town. We run the event that incorporates the Young Designers Competition as well as exhibitors that come to do business with trade buyers in the textile and fashion and accessories industry.
For the first time in 2022, All Fashion Sourcing Cape Town was also a little more consumer orientated, as exhibiting companies was able to sell their goods directly on site to the Week of Fashion and South African Menswear Week audiences. The All Fashion Sourcing Cape Town trade audience was targeted to facilitate any potential business deals for the exhibiting companies. This year's event took place at a venue called Wonderland Film Studios. The All Fashion Sourcing Young Designer Competition is now in its 5th year. The competition offers young designers an opportunity to showcase their skill set through their interpretation of a predetermined design brief. This year, put together by Cyril Naker, which will be built on the concept of slow fashion with emphasis on designing for a sustainable future with a changing consumer mindset. The competition is open to designers who are graduating this year who have recently graduated in the past 5 years or are currently part of a design internship program.
The Young Designers, or YDC as we call it, is Africa's sought-after young designer competition, which has been running for the past 5 years now in partnership with the Cape Town Fashion Council. And the winner gets to win an 80,000 Rand worth grand prize, which is inclusive of a trip to Tex World in Paris, as well as they will be getting a 15,000 Rand cash prize sponsored by our proud sponsor Inscape, as well as the runner-up will be getting a 5,000 Rand grand prize. So the competition is basically for young designers to help them in growing their passion in the industry of fashion, and also to just motivate them to keep going and not give up on their dreams to become the top designers that you see on TV or you see in overseas countries. They actually get to just be the best that they can be in design. Also achieving their goals we're helping them achieve their goals by just giving them this platform where they can showcase their designs as well. we would like to encourage young designers to enter the Young Designer competition because it is a really great platform for them to be able to showcase their talent and design in fashion.
My name is Carla Hanekom, and I'm currently doing my 4th year in fashion design studies at Elizabeth Galloway Academy in Stellenbosch. I finished my degree last year at Elizabeth Galloway, my degree in fashion design BA, and I just felt like I had more to learn, I had more to do. There was more that I wanted to explore within fashion, theoretically also, because I don't think that I did enough within my studies. So I just decided to enroll for the 4th year, and the people at Elizabeth Galloway made it possible for me to do that. So I'm currently enrolled there, and I'm also interning at Elizabeth Galloway as a production and CAD tutor, I want to say. So I tutor a little bit, and it's really been an amazing year. I've learned so much, and I feel like I've really grown as a person, as a creative. I've expanded the things that I look at, the things that I decide to fill my time with, and I've really narrowed it down to the things that help me grow as a person and the things that help me grow as a designer. And those things have ultimately also played into the work that I do, and it's streamlined the work that I do and the way that I think about fashion entirely, and the way that sustainability plays into what I'm doing currently. It's not pretty, and it's not cute. It's real, and fashion is real, and fashion is it's a good way to change things. So I'm focusing on that. I'm learning a lot, and trying to make some sort of a difference, change the perspective a little bit. That's what I'm focusing on this year. I think my taste has also changed a lot this year. If you look at my work last year, it was focused on pleasing people. It was focused on being there for the people who are in my life, the friends that I had, and I've now changed that, and my taste is now it's focusing on that change that I spoke about. It's focusing on the sustainable and ethical processes as a core, as like its core inspiration, and then the aesthetics come after that. Making things visually interesting and adding texture. I love adding texture. I love crochet. I've been crocheting since I was 15 or 16, and it's been one of the biggest things for me in fashion is crochet and texture, and that's something that I enjoy. I enjoy color. I'm learning how to incorporate color in a more mature way of design, I want to say. Maybe less overwhelming, more soothing. I'm also at a place in my life where things are more calm, busy for sure, but calm. And I'm centered, so my design is flowing out from that. It's centered and it's calm, but there's still that color because there's still that spark. Whereas, in previous years while I was studying my degree, it was very overwhelming, it was cluttered and busy. So I think there's a very clear you can distinguish very clearly between the two. I think that's how my taste has really grown this year. And you can see that in the work that I do. Our creative director at Elizabeth Galloway, Fiona Abdo, she introduced the competition to me. She sent me an email and saw me walk past her office on campus, and she said, "Carla, you should enter this year. It's right down your alley. It's what you're doing. It's what you're focusing on. I think you should use this as an opportunity to just push yourself and try some new stuff." And so I did, and I sat and I was just sketching, and it felt like a download, like something was just presented to me, given to me from above almost. It was very special feeling. And these ideas kind of, they grew on each other, and they also came from, I want to say, I'm a thrifter, so I thrift. I buy things secondhand. Everything I'm wearing is secondhand, or it's been in my closet for like years. And so because I thrift a lot, I deconstruct. So I'm like unpicking things all the time. And I really like the idea of a sleeve, a deconstructed sleeve. So if a sleeve is flat, it has this shape. It has this, we call it a sleeve head. And so I was thinking that if a sleeve head fits into an armhole of a jacket, then surely the sleeve head will fit into, a pair of trousers if you make the hem of the pair of trousers the shape of the sleeve head. And so I tried it, and it worked. And I was like, whoa, this is the coolest thing, because I was unpacking measurements and sitting there one night, and my friend was telling me, just try stuff. And I tried stuff, and it miraculously just worked out. So things kind of developed from there, and I got into the competition, and then I started producing the garment. And the pattern making to me is just so interesting, because it's the way that things fit into each other. It's the engineering of pieces of fabric to make them fit a body and to make them fit into each other, and making measurements, fit, and those fine-tuning things. That's a lot of what I enjoy about fashion is that part. More than the aesthetics, the aesthetics are great and amazing, and that's very important to me especially, but putting things together, it's what I enjoy doing, it's what I'm good at doing. So you can see that in my work now. So the competition, it's really special because it's pushed me to try things. It's pushed me to, give myself that deadline, and to produce something, and to have faith in the thing that I've produced. I've been very encouraged just by the people around me, telling me to go for it, and telling me to not be scared of where this could take me, because it is big and it is scary. And I remember one evening, someone asked me, do you feel like this is bigger than you? And I said, yes, I feel like this concept, it's bigger than me. And he said to me, you're doing something right. If you feel like it's bigger than you, you're doing something right. So I guess I did. And here we are. So I won the competition last night, and it's a very surreal feeling, because I don't think someone has had faith in me like that before. And now that this is playing out, it's becoming very real to me that the ideas that I have, they have worth, and there's possibility in that, and they have, there's longevity in that. So, competition means a lot to me, and I'm very excited to make things happen. So if you look at my design now, my look for the competition, I think a big inspiration behind it was diverse wearability. And I was thinking, besides fabrication choice, and besides that, I want to do something else. I want to do something fun, something different. And I came up with this idea of just diverse wearability, and how this garment can be worn in so many different ways. And then that's the longevity part of the brief for this project. And so in the way that the trouser legs can also go on the jacket. And then the jacket, I didn't put that in my submission, but the jacket is reversible, which is just something that, you know, came up during the process. It's like, why not make it reversible? Why not make it something that can be worn another way? Yeah, which is something that I didn't even sketch, and it just shows how things change within process. And while you're busy making something, you have to decide to put in that little bit of extra effort to change a garment completely, or to make it more wearable, or wearable in a different way. So if you look at the top, the crochet top, I designed that with the idea of it having an end-of-life purpose. And when you sew it closed at the bottom, it becomes this cool, you know, interesting crochet bag, something you can use for your groceries. And it's also the look that I produced. It's a representation of what else can be made from this one idea, and the fact that the crochet bag can be made from the top. That's a concept, and that's something that I can run with in the future, and something that I can commercialize. Same with the jacket. So while I was doing the patterns, I also figured a way to cut the whole jacket as one, and not to cut panels. So when you look inside of the jacket, you'll see there are no side seams where the armholes are on the inside and the outside. Which it's a clean look. It's stunning, but it's also so cool because it's expediting the process when you cut fabric. Which makes it easier for production. And then I made the hem of this jacket at a curve as well, because the curve at the hem of the jacket is the shape of the sleeve head. So not in the look that I made, but if you were to use this pattern to make another jacket in one colorway, you could cut that fabric as one. You could cut the sleeve and the jacket as one, and you'll have minimal waste, and even the waste that you have, you could incorporate easily into the jacket, trims or collars, or, you know, pockets, or whatever you want. So I feel like that has a lot of potential as well, and that's the magic of this look, is that it has all this potential, and it's representing so many elements of good design and sustainable fashion, and what we can do within those boundaries that are clearly set for us. And then another thing for me is fabrication, which is what All Source is about as well, I think. So I used what I had, and I didn't buy any new thing. I used things that I had, and I thrifted bed sheets. So the purple on the jacket, those pin tucks, that's a huge big bed sheet that I found, and it had some stains, but you can't really see them from far, and things are so easily disregarded but made so beautiful when you process them. And then the trims, the darker beige trims on both the jacket and the shorts, those are also bed sheets, and the inside of the hood, all of those are bed sheets and pillowcases and things that I found. And I just find it's very magical when you use what you have, and then when you don't have anything else, you use what other people don't want. It makes it special.
A local artist here in Aachen, Akmal Sekandery's life took a tragic turn in 2008. The gas station where he worked was robbed, and in the process Akmal suffered a gunshot by the criminal. He woke from his coma. He was paralyzed. At the age of 21, Akmal was a tetraplegic and confined to a wheelchair. A long process of battling depression and rehabilitation followed. His art helping him to find joy and balance in his life once more.
Der meistens ist dabei. Aber das seine.
Hast du deinen schon weggenommen, oder was?
We are here today at a gallery in Aachen where the local artist Akmal Sekundari is going to have his very first vernissage in just a couple of weeks from now. I am going to sit down with Akmal and interview him about his heart-moving story, his journey, how he found his passion in arts and what keeps inspiring him. Akmal's journey is very different from many other journeys, and he found in art his way to reconnect to the world, find his ambition for painting and his passion for life back. Akmal is also going to tell us a little bit more about 3 of his last paintings and how the preparations for the next exhibition are going so far. Ja, hallo Akmal erstmal.
Hallo.
Schön, dass wir heute da sein dürfen bei dir quasi hier in den Räumen in der ersten Galerie.
Ja.
Erzähl uns doch mal so ein bisschen was über deine Geschichte. Wie lange malst du schon und wie bist du überhaupt dazu gekommen?
Ja, hallo meinerseits. Mein Name ist Akmal Sekundari. Ich bin gebürtiger Afghane, bin seit ungefähr 20 Jahren hier in Deutschland, bin hier aufgewachsen und male seit meinem Unfall. Und die Kunst hat mir da geholfen, aus meiner Depression, aus meiner Situation da rauszukommen. Und genau, seit ungefähr 10 Jahren male ich.
Das heißt, du hast dich vorher auch schon mit dem Malen beschäftigt oder war das wirklich vorher kein Thema in deinem Leben und du hast das quasi so durch diesen Unfall komplett neu aufgenommen?
Also ich bin zu der Kunst hauptsächlich durch meinen Unfall gekommen, weil vorher habe ich mich wenig damit beschäftigt. Ich war eher körperlich aktiv, habe mehr Fußball gespielt und habe nicht irgendwie die Welt der Kunst entdeckt für mich. Erst nach meinem Unfall im Krankenhaus in der Reha-Therapie, da habe ich die Kunst entdeckt, die Farben und ja.
War das damals, sage ich mal, so ein kleiner Anteil von deiner Reha-Therapie? Habe ich das richtig verstanden? Und du hast dann, sage ich mal, die Entdeckung gemacht und gesagt, wow, das ist wirklich was, das ist für mich was ich interessant finde, das funktioniert. War das so der erste Schritt?
Ja, das hat eigentlich ganz mit einem Geburtstagsgeschenk angefangen. Ich wollte meinen Brüdern, der hatte Geburtstag gehabt und ich wusste nicht, was ich denen schenken soll und ja, wollte was Eigenes und da habe ich denen ein Bild gemalt und das hat ihn sehr berührt und er hat mir dann auch ein Bild zurückgemalt und da habe ich gemerkt, dass ich durch Kunst irgendwie was geben kann und wo ich auch wieder was zurückbekomme.
Sehr schön. Kannst du dir denn heute noch ein Leben ohne Kunst überhaupt vorstellen? Wie wäre das für dich?
Ehrlich gesagt gar nicht mehr. Also ich habe die Kunst, ich male jeden Tag. Ich mache eigentlich den ganzen Tag nur noch, bin ich mit den Pinseln und den Farben beschäftigt. Ich male nur noch. Es ist für mich jetzt eine ganz neue Welt, wo ich grenzenlos mich austoben kann. Ich habe da meine Mission, meine Passion gefunden. Das erfüllt mich.
Das heißt, du malst jetzt also seit ungefähr 10 Jahren. Woher nimmst du denn deine Inspiration für die Bilder? Wie stelle ich mir so einen Prozess vor?
Also die Ideen für meine Bilder entstehen oft in meinen Träumen. Ich träume manchmal und dann morgens stehe ich auf, erinnere mich an den Traum und dann male ich dann meinen Traum nach.
Dann schauen wir uns doch jetzt mal 2 deiner Bilder an. Die hängen ja schon quasi hier auch hinter uns. Erklär uns doch mal so ein bisschen, worum geht es hier bei den beiden Bildern, die wir hier sehen?
Die Linienführung von Da Vinci wollte ich mal nachzeichnen. Er hat sehr oft geskribbelt und genau, das ist eine Inspiration an Leonardo da Vinci.
Sehr schön.
Und das linke Bild, da Afrika inspiriert mich auch sehr. Ich habe mich von Afrika inspirieren lassen, weil ich war noch nie in Afrika und das ist Motherland und würde gerne auf jeden Fall dahin. Und ja, das kann ich, das hat mir sehr Freude bereitet, es zu malen.
Also das sind quasi so ein bisschen deine Gedankenwelten auch. Sind das so Gedankenreisen von dir, Inspirationen, die wir hier sehen? Alles verschiedene Dinge, die dich bewegen im Leben?
Ja, also bei mir ist das so, ich habe die Kunst für mich als Therapie, als Medizin gesehen. Ich konnte anfangs nach meinem Unfall nur den Kopf bewegen und irgendwann kamen die Funktionen der Hand und ich male aus der Schulter. Ich male aus der Schulter, nicht aus dem Handgelenk. Ich habe hier bestimmte Orthesen, mit denen ich die Bilder malen kann. Ich brauche Hilfsmittel und genau, ich male hauptsächlich aus der Schulter. Und die Kunst hat mir dabei geholfen, meine Funktion, meine Feinmotorik zu verbessern und dadurch auch meine eigene innere Stimmung wurde dadurch besser und meine Psyche und die farbenfroh. Ich habe meine Bilder früher nur schwarz-weiß gemalt. Dann nach der Zeit habe ich angefangen, wieder Lebensqualität und zu erlangen. In meiner Situation damals, da ich habe alles, die Hoffnung aufgegeben und die Kunst hat mir Hoffnung gegeben.
Das ist super schön. Ja, also man sieht, finde ich, diese Lebensfreude tatsächlich, die du sagst, in den Bildern wieder. Und ich finde das ganz, ganz beeindruckend. Also mit der Technik, ne, was du umschrieben hast, dass das möglich ist und was das für eine Herausforderung für dich eigentlich gewesen sein muss. Ne? Und auch so ein bisschen
es war schon ein
Üben, ne?
Sprung ins kalte Wasser. Kunst hat mir dann wieder auch den Weg zur Liebe gegeben. Liebe zur Farben, zur Fantasien, es ist eine Leidenschaft geworden.
Sehr schön. Also man sieht, es schwingt ganz, ganz viel Lebensfreude mit bei deinen Bildern. Und ist das auch so ein bisschen dein Mantra momentan? Oder wie würdest du deine Lebensphilosophie umschreiben?
Meine Lebensphilosophie heißt jetzt gerade den Gleichgewicht zwischen meiner inneren Welt, meiner Beziehung zwischen der Natur, zwischen der Familie, die Beziehung zwischen meinem Beruf und zwischen meiner Leidenschaft zu finden. Und dadurch versuche ich mit Kunst diesen Gleichgewicht für mich herzustellen.
Sehr schön. Und ja, wir sind ja jetzt hier schon quasi in den Räumen, die genutzt werden als Ausstellungsraum, richtig? Du planst eine Galerie, riesengroßes Projekt.
Ja.
Ich war total überrascht, als ich das gehört habe, denn ihr habt echt, sag ich mal, die Werbetrommeln angeschmissen. Und erzähl uns mal so ein bisschen, was jetzt hier passieren wird in 2 Wochen.
Also es ist geplant, dass in über 2 Tagen, dass wir eine Vernissage hier für mich eröffnen werden. Es werden zahlreiche Leute kommen, Freunde, Familie, aus Social Media werden einige Personen hier erscheinen. Und die Bilder sind natürlich auch zu erwerben, die kann man kaufen, wer Interesse halt hat. Es wird auch Live-Musik hier gespielt, ein bisschen gefreestylt, Leute, die ein bisschen, Kollegen, die wollen auch hier Hip-Hop ein bisschen freestylen.
Okay, cool.
Also ja, es steht schon, ist einiges geplant.
Ja, und
ich bin
bist du
sehr
aufgeregt?
gespannt. Ja, sehr, sehr gespannt, also sehr aufgeregt. Und ich kann es kaum in Worten fassen. Es ist
Ich würde jetzt mal sagen, also der Spaß ist jetzt nicht vorbei, der fängt jetzt gerade erst richtig an, aber es wird ernst, ja? Also
ja,
so,
es wird ernst, genau. Und ich krieg langsam irgendwie dieses Herzflattern.
Schön,
Ja.
super. Ja, ich drücke dir ganz, ganz doll die Daumen. Wir werden ja auch mit dabei sein hier und ich glaube, das wird eine super Veranstaltung. Musst du noch ein paar Bilder fertig malen oder sind alle Kunstwerke fertig?
Also ich habe alle meine Bilder fertig gemalt, eingerahmt und die werden jetzt auch aufgehängt. 3 hängen hier schon mal und 20 andere kommen noch.
Wow. Aha,
Ja.
super. Und ich sag mal, das ist ja auch eine ganz schöne Organisation, jetzt so eine Vernissage zu organisieren. Da hängt ja einiges mit dran. Ja, machst du das alles alleine oder hast du da Unterstützung, Freunde, Familie? Wie stelle ich mir sowas vor?
Also erstens hätte ich niemals gedacht, dass so viel Arbeit hinter so einer Vernissage steckt. Die Unterstützung meiner Familie natürlich, meinen Brüdern, meiner Schwägerin, die jetzt auch sehr viel für mich tut, und Freunde, meine Assistenten, die mir jetzt auch helfen. Natürlich der Justus von Kreativmedia, er hat mir auch, und Bruno, auch die Räumlichkeiten hier jetzt für den Tag sehr hier zur Verfügung gestellt. Und ich bin auch dankbar, dass ich diese Möglichkeit habe, hier in diesen Räumlichkeiten meine Bilder auszustellen.
Ist auch echt wahnsinnig schön. Also ich kann mir das vorstellen, wenn die Bilder dann alle mal hier sind, dass das natürlich auch nochmal ganz anders wirkt. Und es ist ein super schöner Raum, um die Kunst auszustellen, finde ich. Also ich bin total gespannt. Ich darf ja selber an dem Tag auch mit dabei sein und freue mich. Ich drücke euch die Daumen, dass mit der Organisation bis dahin alles gut läuft.
Du bist herzlich willkommen und ja, ich hoffe, dass wir auch sehr viel Spaß haben werden.
This segment is about excellence and how do we get there. Now, I want to begin with scratching the surface of the mind. Now, the gifts of the mind are the same as the gifts of the body. We have beauty, health, and strength. Where the beauty of the body in the outward can be seen in one's aesthetics, how one dresses, how one grooms, etc., etc. But the beauty of the mind is seen in how we behave, in our manners, and in graceful behavior. Now, when we move from the beauty of the mind to the health of the mind, we can see that a healthy body is not one that doesn't have illness. A healthy body is one that is in balance and can use all of its functions to its highest ability. Now, similarly with the mind, a healthy mind is not one that is not unhealthy, but rather a mind that is balanced and consistent. Now, what is it then that drives the mind away from consistency? And that is the emotions. So to have a healthy mind, one must have a healthy control over the emotions. And then we go to the third level, which is strength of mind. And this is where it gets interesting. Because just like strength of body, if you want to strengthen your body, you need to do exercise. You cannot get stronger passively. You need to train, and it's not just about going to the gym once and doing one amazing workout and feeling like, you know what, now I'm strong. No, you have to be consistent. You have to go into the pain consistently, pushing your body to its limit time and time again. And through that, you strengthen your body and you get stronger and stronger and stronger. As with the body, it is the same with the mind. In order to strengthen your mind and to have complete control over your mental state and your thoughts, away from the chaos of the emotions, takes training and there are ways and means by which you can strengthen your mind as you strengthen your body in the gym. We looked at the gifts of the mind and the gifts of the body, and we saw that there was the beauty of the mind, health of mind, and strength of mind. And before I start delving a little bit deeper into there, I just want to touch on the subject of fear. Today, we are bombarded with fear from every angle. We can't escape it. We're afraid of our provision, we're afraid of our health, we're afraid of how we're going to be received in the public arena, we're afraid of ridicule, we're afraid of this and we're afraid of that. And this is perpetuated by the global media, by governments, and often we feel that there's no way out. But for us as Muslims, we know that all of this fear is irrelevant, because the only one we should fear is our Lord. Now, whether the fear is justifiable, as in there's a snake in front of you and you're afraid that it might bite you, so you're cautious and you move away, or whether it's an irrational fear, such as you don't want to go on television because you think people are going to ridicule you. Fear itself is an interesting emotion and feeling to look at as we aim to strengthen our minds and to strengthen our thought processes in order to build internal resilience. Now, on the subject of fear, the great German philosopher Ernst Jünger said that all fear stems from a fear of death, and therefore one can extrapolate that if one is no longer afraid of death, then all other fear will naturally fall by the wayside. Now, this is an extreme example, but what is, in the vast majority of cases, what is blocking us from reaching our success is fear, or are fears, a number of different fears that we are either aware of or unaware of. They're either conscious or they're deep down below the surface in a realm that we may not even know exists, or we may not have ever experienced consciously. Now, in confronting fear takes courage. It takes confronting the self, confronting the fear, confronting the pain, confronting whatever it is deep down below the surface that you don't want to accept about yourself, and coming to terms with it in order to surpass it. It's a journey, it's not easy, but at the same time, it's not necessarily difficult. But it is possible, and it is within your reach, and it is within your potential if you want to go on this journey. But know that it will take courage, and it's the virtue of courage that, when it's nurtured, will give you the ability to triumph over fear. And once you've triumphed over fear, it gives you the confidence to do it again and again and again.
So I'm here today at the Drie Landepunt, where I've got Netherlands on my left, Germany on my right, and Belgium behind me. It is a central point in that actually it connects these three countries, the Netherlands, Germany, and Belgium. So look, we are on the highest point in the Netherlands, and I've just bumped into some tourists all the way from Brazil. Yeah. What are you guys doing in the Netherlands?
So we are living in Aachen. We are here to study at FVTH like for 1 year in an exchange program from USP, a university in São Paulo.
Okay, nice. And why specifically come to this area?
Well, we heard about like the three borders. So it's our first week in Aachen, so we decided, let's do something because I forgot. How can I say
in Aachen, there's nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Yeah. So where in Brazil are you from exactly?
São Paulo.
São Paulo.
Yeah. And I'm from Rio.
From Rio.
Yeah.
And in Rio, the tourist attractions that we need to go and see, what would you suggest?
I would say the beach. There are the Copacabana, Ipanema. I would say the Jesus Christ.
Yes.
The Redentor.
There's a place called Pão de Açúcar.
That's very famous.
And where are you from specifically?
São Paulo also.
Sao Paulo as well. And being on the highest point in the Netherlands, how does it make you feel? Is it just like something that you've always wanted to see? Or like you said, there's nothing else to do, so you just come here for fun?
No, it's very cool because like Netherlands is like very
flat.
Really flat. So being the highest point is like very cool.
That's actually quite interesting because Netherlands is known for being a flat city, a flat country, and everybody's riding bicycles. So coming to something like this, it's not that you expect from being in the Netherlands. Well, enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and thank you for allowing me to do this interview with you today.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Say something in it's Portuguese? Come on, something Brazilian in Portuguese.
Venha para o Brasil.
Don't curse though.
No. It's okay.
Go.
Venha para o Brasil.
All together.
Vai Brasil.
Vai Brasil.
So I'm here at the Drie Landepunt. Officially, I am in 3 countries at the same time. So if you're standing here, you are in Belgium, Netherlands, and Germany at one go. There's an impressive forest behind us, which I'm going to take a look through, where people can come and hike and enjoy the day. So look, I'm not dressed for hiking today, but let's have a look what this impressive forest behind us holds for us. In next week's episode, we explore the iconic landmark, which is the Taal Monument in Paarl. We meet up with Wahid Hendricks, avid sword collector and chairman of the PMJ, as well as Sheikh Zarir Murat, who tells us more about his journey towards becoming an imam. We end the day off with a cycling route in Paarl's well-known Arboretum.
Thank you for watching this episode of Prime Culture. Tune in next week, same time, same place.